Back to the Army by Rudyard Kipling. Read for LibriVox.org on the 22nd of February 2007 by Alan Chant. Living in Tunbridge, England. www.sevenoaksprep.kent.sch.uk. I'm here in a tickly ulster and a broken billycock hat, a-layin' onto the sergeant I don't know a gun from a bat. My shirt's doing duty for jacket, my socks sticking out of my boots, and I'm learning the damned old goose step along of the new recruits. Back to the army again, sergeant, back to the army again. Don't look so hard, for I haven't no card, I'm back to the army again. I done my 6 years service, Her Majesty says. Good day, you're pleased to come when you're rung for, and here's your old back pay. And 4pence a day for baccy, and bloomin' generous too. And now you can make your fortune, the same as your officers do. Back to the army again, sergeant, back to the army again. How did I learn to do right about turn? I'm back to the army again. A man of 24 that hasn't learned of a trade, beside reserve again him, he'd better be never made. I tried me luck for a quarter, and that was enough for me, and I thought of Her Majesty's barracks, and I thought I'd go and see. Back to the army again, sergeant, back to the army again. 'Tisn't my fault if I dress when I ought. I'm back to the army again. The sergeant asked no questions, but he winked the other eye. He says to me, "Shun!" and I shunted, the same as in days gone by, for he saw the set of my shoulders, and I couldn't help holding straight when me and the other rookies came under the barrack gate. Back to the army again, sergeant, back to the army again. Who would have thought I could carry and port? I'm back to the army again. I took me bath, and I wallered, for God I needed it so. I smelt the smell of the barracks, I heard the bugles go, I heard the feet on the gravel, the feet of the men what drill, and I says to me fluttering heartstrings, I says to 'em, peace, be still. Back to the army again, sergeant, back to the army again. Who said I knew when the Jumner was due? I'm back to the army again. I carried me slops to the tailor. I says to him, none of your lip. You tight 'em over the shoulders and loose 'em over the hip, for the set of the tunic's horrid. And he says to me, strike me dead, but I thought you was used to the business. And so he done what I said. Back to the army again, sergeant, back to the army again. Rather too free with my fancies? What, me? I'm back to the army again. Next week I'll have 'em fitted. I'll buy me a swagger cane. They'll let me free of the barracks to walk on the hoe again in the name of William Parsons that used to be Edward Clay, and any poor beggar that wants it can draw my 4pence a day. Back to the army again, sergeant, back to the army again. Out of the cold and the rain, sergeant, out of the cold and the rain. Who's there? A man that's too good to be lost you. A man that is handled and made. A man that will pay what he cost you in learning the others their trade. Parade. You're dropping the pick of the army because you don't help 'em remain, but drives 'em to cheat to get out of the street. And back to the army again. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.